So the Browns won, I guess. I don't know how we won, but yeah, the Browns are victorious. I hate the Ravens. All right, welcome back to Browns Breakdowns, or should I say Browns that beat the Ravens breakdowns. So the Browns, I know, shocker, we don't have the pain banner up there. Browns breakdowns, we have officially won the Super Bowl as we beat the Ravens, which is considerably more awesome than winning the Super Bowl, because winning the Super Bowl, you just win the Super Bowl. When you beat the Ravens, you beat the Ravens, and it's just awesome to see that. So the Ravens lose. We won 29-24. Ravens lose. Amazing. I don't really have anything more to say, but what I do have to say is that you guys should check out Hemisphere Coffee. Holy moly. Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. I apparently just lost the ability to speak. Please check out Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Amazing, amazing, amazing coffee. You will... What the heck? Okay. Sun outside my window looks really weird. But it will change your life, and it's the greatest coffee you'll ever have. And you can drink it on a Browns victorious Monday. Of course, I'm recording this on Wednesday, but drink it anyway. Amazing coffee. Now, let us get to the statistics. So 29-24 was the final score. Browns win, Ravens lose. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Looking at the player stats, I will get into what this means for the future of the Browns in a minute. But looking at the player stats, we will get to... I was wrong on my predictions, by the way. I predicted like 31-10 or something, and it wasn't. It was not that. So Lamar Jackson was 23 for 38, 289, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Derrick Henry was 11 for 73 and 1 touchdown. Lamar Jackson was 8 for 46. Receiving wise, Zay Flowers was really good. He was 7 for 115. Isaiah Likely was 4 for 47. Mark Andrews 5 for 36 and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar 3 for 36 and a touchdown. Rashad Bateman 1 for 28. Justice Hill 1 for 14. Defensively, Kyle Hamilton had a sack, and I believe we didn't let up another sack. Yep, only 1 sack, which was really shocking, by the way. I did not expect them to have 1 sack. Justin Tucker missed a field goal, which Justin Tucker has kind of fallen off, so this isn't shocking. But Browns now, here's where it gets crazy. Jameis Winston, 27 for 41 for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. Wild. That is like double the amount of touchdowns Deshaun has had the whole season. Not actually, but amazing game from Jameis Winston. Nick Chubb was 16 for 52. Not great, not bad. Donta Foreman was 5 for 26. And then Cedric Tillman was our leading receiver. He was really good. He was 7 for 99 for 2 touchdowns. Elijah Moore was 8 for 85. Jerry Jeudy, 5 for 79. David Njoku, 5 for 61 and a touchdown. Crazy what this wide receiver core can do when you actually have a quarterback that knows how to throw the football. Defensively, we had a sack from Jeremiah Wuzikoromora. Ogbonnia Oronkawo had a sack. Zadarius Smith had a sack. I thought there were 4, but I guess nope, there's only 3. So that was the Brown stats. In terms of team stats, it was quite close. It was 401 total yards for the Browns, 387 for the Ravens, 321 to 263. 80 rushing yards for the Browns, 124 for the Ravens, and we were 6.1 yards per play. They were 6.2. We both had 22 first downs, but here is where the Browns really did good. The Ravens were 2 for 10 on third down efficiency. We were 8 for 15. 2 for 10 is 1/5. 8 for 15 is about half. So we were more or less double what the Ravens had gotten over in terms of third down efficiency. They were also over 2 on fourth down. We had 0 fourth down plays. We had 66 total plays. They had 62. We allowed 2 sacks. They allowed 3 punts from us, 4 for them. They had 7 penalties for 53 yards. We still had some bad penalties, 7 for 74. We had 1 fumble. They had none. Both teams had 0 interceptions, and we were 31 minutes and 6 seconds for the Browns and 28:54 for the Ravens. So a pretty even game, like I had said, very close together. It was just it was so weird because I'm not used to seeing a good quarterbacking game. I think we all aren't with how bad Deshaun Watson has been. But yeah, Jameis Winston was really good. Once we get past the power rankings, I will get to what that means for Kevin Stefanski and what that means for the future of the team. This Jameis Winston performance. So let's go into the power rankings now. I actually had them pulled up now. So we have week 9. So number 1 is the Lions. I agree with that. Chiefs 2, Bills 3, Ravens fall to 4, which is amazing. I hope the Ravens fall to 32, preferably. Commanders are 5, really weird to see. Packers are 6, Vikings 7. So Steelers are 9. The Broncos are 11, which is again really weird. Let's see. Where are the Bengals? Cowboys 21, Bengals 22, and the Browns are 27. So I don't really say that I still have the Browns pretty low down, but 27 is good. That was NFL.com. This is CBS. We have let's see, where's their power rankings? Chiefs are 1. Chiefs are 1, Lions 2, Bills 3, Packers 4, Texans 5, Ravens fall to 7, Steelers are 8. Let's find the Cowboys are 20. The Browns move all the way up to 23. I do not agree with that at all. We are not as good as the Saints, not as good as I don't agree with that at all. But did the Patriots won a game? That's interesting. That means there's only 2 teams now that only have 1 win, the Titans and the Panthers. The Titans just suck, but Browns are 23 according to CBS. According to Yahoo Sports, we have what is this? Hello? Oh, this isn't even a power ranking. This is like the top 5 trends. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, let's do Fox Sports instead. All right, well, let's do Fox Sports now. So, sorry about that. Yahoo Sports just wasn't correct. Fox Sports. So we have Kansas City 1, Lions 2, Bills 3, Packers 4, Commanders 5. Ravens fall all the way to 6. The Texans are 9, Steelers are 10. They have let's see. Where is it? Bengals are 20, Cowboys are 21. They have the Cleveland Browns at. Oh, I missed them. Where are they? Cleveland Browns at 24. So not bad. ESPN now. Chiefs 1, Lions 2, Bills 3, Packers 4, Texans 5, Ravens fall to 6, Steelers are 8. Don't really agree with that, but whatever. Let's see. Cowboys are 20. Bengals are 22, and the Browns are at 26. So it seems the consensus is the Browns are somewhere between 22 and 27. Finally, NBC Sports. Lions 1, Chiefs 2, Packers 3, Bills 4, Texans 5. And then let's see, Steelers are 7, Ravens are 8. They have the Cowboys at 21, Bengals at 22, and the Browns at 24. I don't really agree with that. Now, I will give you my power rankings that I have. Please don't close my podcast. I have the Lions at 1, Chiefs at 2, Bills at 3. I have the Commanders at 4. The Texans at 5 is my top 5. I have the Ravens falling to 8. I have the Steelers at 11. And I have the Bengals at 23. And your Cleveland Browns moving from 32 all the way to 28. So I have the Browns from last week at 32. I have the Browns now at 28 on your power rankings. So still a little low down because I just don't trust this team still. I know we had a good game, and a really good game in terms of offensive performance, really good. Okay, on not horrible on defense. Defense was quite good as well. I know we had a great game. The problem is I don't trust this team to perform that way again. And I'm not saying that the Browns aren't going to do that. I'm just saying that this doesn't seem all too sustainable. And I feel like the Browns are still not as good as we might think. So next week we have the Chargers, right? Yeah. So we have the Chargers. We'll see what that game turns into. The Chargers are a good team to play against because they aren't great, but they aren't bad, and it gives us a good, since they're not an awful team and not a great team, it gives us a good idea of what exactly we will be going against and how exactly this team will perform against a okay team. How, if we can expect this team to continue to be good, or if that was just a fluke. Now, looking at the remainder of our schedule, actually, we're going to go to an ad break really quickly, and then I will talk about the rest of the schedule in just a second. All right, welcome back to Browns Breakdowns, proud partners of Vernacular Els Network, Fans First Sports Network. So we are going to talk about the upcoming schedule. We are 2-6 right now. We only have how many games is this? 3, 7, 9 games left. When is our bye? I think it's okay. It looks like it is so this is our last game before the bye, isn't it? It looks like it is. Browns schedule. Schedule ESPN. Here we go. So it looks like it. I think it is going to be the bye. Yep. So this is our last game before the bye. It will be a game against the Chargers in here at home. So at home, we get 3 games at home, then 1 at New Orleans, home against Pittsburgh, then at Denver, at Pittsburgh versus home at Kansas City, at Cincinnati, home against Miami, and at Baltimore. So this is our last game before the bye. So we have this game on the 3rd, and then a bye week, and then a game against New Orleans. I probably just won't release any podcasts for the bye week. I probably will be on the Fanatical L show on Thursday if we end up doing one of those, but I probably won't make a show for the bye week. I'll just take a break off like the players do, simply because I can. And, I just would like a nice little break. But we'll get into what I'll do next on the bye week after the Chargers game. So looking at the schedule, we're 2-6 right now, right? So Chargers I'm gonna say is a loss. So 2-7. Saints is a win, 3-7. Steelers are iffy because they look like they could be a good team, but they also look like they couldn't win another game the rest of the season. So right now, I'm going to put that as, so we're at 2-7, 3-7. I'm just going to say we split the Steelers. So, what are we at? 2-7, 3-7. Let's say 3-8, 3-9, 4-9, 4-10, 5-10, 6-10. So 6-11. I have the Browns going generally 6-11. I safely assume that we're going to split the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are going to be. I think a split against the Steelers is probably likely. So we still have one more division game against the Ravens and the Bengals, and then 2 against the Steelers. So 6-11 mostly is what I still would assume. It's going to get you probably like pick number 9, pick number 8, somewhere around there. Probably a top 10 pick, so not bad at all. And the farther you go back, the less of a reach a quarterback is. I think we are going to draft a quarterback this first round. Maybe not. I don't know. But I have us going 6-11-ish. I wouldn't be shocked if we win maybe 7 or 8 games if this team manages to figure itself out. Like we maybe beat the Chargers, or we maybe beat the Steelers twice. I don't know. But 6-11 is probably what you can expect from this team for the rest of the NFL season. There's only 8 games left, or 9 games actually. This season's going way too fast, man. I'm so angry. But yeah, so 6-11 kind of is what I'm expecting. Now, I referenced what I'm going to talk about for Stefanski. Now, this is kind of what Stefanski, again, I don't actually know if this is what Stefanski didn't want, but you can assume that this is what Stefanski didn't want, because what this shows 2 things, this Ravens game. One, it was Deshaun Watson who was bad, obviously, that he was a problem, right? Immediately, Deshaun Watson is gone. James Winston comes in, has an amazing game. Offensive player of the week caliber game. I don't think he won, but he probably could have. Now, what this also says is that something was wrong with the offensive play calling. Yes, Deshaun Watson sucked, but we immediately put Jameis Winston in and changed the play calling, and the offense does really well. No interceptions, 330 yards, all this stuff here. This is exactly what Stefanski would not have wanted. He wanted, again, I don't know if he wanted this, but he would have wanted the team to fail. Obviously, he would have wanted the team to fail, but he would have wanted Jameis Winston. At least if I was him, I wouldn't have wanted James Winston to have a good game or for the offense to have a good game, because what that means is that tells the media and tells the fans that the offensive problems wasn't just Deshaun Watson. It was also the play calling, and it was also my fault. And maybe that'll mean people are starting to look at me and be like, wait a second, is this guy actually that good? He isn't as amazing as people are saying he is. I think people are starting to come around and learn that. But this is bad for Stefanski. Again, he's not getting fired this year. It doesn't matter how much you talk about it, how much we want it to happen. Stefanski is not getting fired this year. You don't up and fire. It doesn't matter how good or bad your season is. You don't up and fire your head coach right after winning Coach of the Year and having a really good playoff year as well. We made the playoffs. There were plenty of opportunities in that Texans game to win. We didn't. Doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about it too much, but we had a good season. 11-6 and a playoff spot in a wild card game is not bad at all. The Texans were really good that year, and Stefanski won Coach of the Year. You don't just the next year. It doesn't matter how much you suck. Unless you go 0-17, you don't just fire your coach like that. You just don't. Once you win, more or less, you can assume that if you win a Super Bowl or Coach of the Year, your head coach is safe the next year, no matter what. More or less, you can make that assumption. So since Stefanski won Coach of the Year, he's generally safe this year. It doesn't really matter what happens. He's generally safe this year. Next year is a completely different story. Next year, the criticism is fully on him. If we suck again next year, he's gone immediately. It doesn't matter. He is safe this year, but next year is very, very important to him if he wants to stay as the head coach. But looking at this game, it was shocking. The offense reported a lot of good plays. What did I say reported? The offense had a lot of good plays. The defense looked really good. Of course, we were playing the Ravens, so it's not like we were playing a good team or anything. But I'm kidding. I just hate the Ravens. But it was a good game. It was a really good offensive game. Nick Chubb was average. He wasn't great. And again, we should not be expecting his carries did go up. His workload will continue to go up as the season progresses. He probably won't see more than 20 carries a game, probably even less. You can expect next week against the Chargers around 17 to 20 carries ish, or he'll stick around 16. But 17 to 20 carries is what you can kind of expect next week against the Chargers. So right now it's looking like the Browns actually have some sort of something put together. But I'm worried that this is not sustainable and that everything will again come crashing down next week. Do I know that? No. But do I assume that? Yes. Because while it is possible we could have another Flacco-mania, instead of Flacco-mania, it's Winston Wildlands or something. The Winston Whisper. I'm not saying that again. Winston. I like Winston Wildlands. Sure. We might have a Winston Wildland where Jameis Winston goes off for the next 6 weeks. We win every single game, and we end up going 11-7, making the playoffs. This whole season turns around, whatever. I don't see that happening. Again, I said 6-11, probably what you'll see the team end up at the end of the season. But I don't know if this is sustainable. Again, the Flacco mania was a fluke, right? That's pretty obvious. That doesn't happen. Flacco is pretty good still. He's actually still been decent. But you don't see that happen all the time. So Winston Wildlands, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if he just completely falls off a cliff, and I would be a little bit shocked if he performs really well against the Chargers. But people are forgetting we still have a pretty good offense and we still have a pretty good defense from last year. We just didn't have anything put together. This team is not a bad team. On paper, it's one of the better teams. On paper, this is a top 15 team. It just has not performed to that level that we wanted it to be at, unfortunately. And that sucks, but it's just what happens. So I hope you all love the podcast. Quickly, please go check out Hemisphere Coffee Roasters right here. I promise you'll enjoy it. Best coffee you'll ever taste. But thank you all for tuning in. Remember to always hate on the Ravens as we don't like them. Good job, Browns. We will remember this till the end of the season. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. I will talk to you guys on Saturday, November 2nd. So this is our last October podcast. Peace. Uh-oh.